Today we'll be checking out the Magento 2 point of sale loyalty rules plugin. Now this particular plugin helps the Magento 2 store owners to set the loyalty rules which are further used at the point of sale terminal. The store owner can easily create the point of sale loyalty rules and the redemption rules as required. And on the other hand, the point of sale cashier can redeem the loyalty points of customers who are fulfilling the rules criteria, and the cashier can see the history of transactions or the transaction points of the orders as well. Now kindly note that this particular plugin, that's the Magento 2 point of sale loyalty rules, is an add-on to the Magento 2 point of sale system. So you'll have to have the Magento 2 point of sale system by Webcool first, and then you can make use of the Magento 2 point of sale loyalty rules plugin that's an add-on to the same. Now whenever a cashier places an order with a new or existing customer, the loyalty points will be assigned to the customer according to the rule, and the customer receives an email for the credit of the loyalty points. Apart from that, whenever the cashier places an order with an existing customer, and if the customer has loyalty points, then the cashier can redeem the loyalty points for the order for that particular customer, and at that time as well the customer receives an email for the same. So right now I'll be showing you the workflow of this particular plugin, that's the Magento 2 point of sale loyalty rules plugin at the POS terminal end. So as you can see that I've opened my POS terminal already and I have one product in the same. Let me add a few more products to the cart there. And now when the POS terminal cashier taps here on the customer to select a customer, he can see the loyalty points of the customer. So you can search for the name of the customer as well, and after searching that up, if that particular customer has the loyalty points already there, then the loyalty points would be displayed. As you can see for the Veronica Costello here, the loyalty points are 21. Now I can select this particular customer and we can proceed to the payment there. Now right now here you can see within the cart loyalty points charged is $0 right now. So I'll just tap here on the pay button and we'll be taken to the checkout page here within the POS terminal itself, and here you can find this particular redeem loyalty point section. Now from here the POS terminal cashier can see the total loyalty points that are there, and after applying the loyalty point he can see the value of each loyalty point there, and he can also see the applied loyalty points charges as well. So for example, I am already having the loyalty points as a customer there, and I want the POS terminal agent to redeem my loyalty points. So for example, if I want to redeem the loyalty points here, what I can do is the POS terminal agent just needs to enter the number of loyalty points that the customer wants to redeem, and thereafter he'll tap here on the redeem button. So you can see that I made use of the 2 loyalty points here. So here you can see that one loyalty point is for $2, so we are applying it for 2 points there, so $4 would be applied. So here you can see that the applied loyalty point charges is minus $4. So here under the loyalty point charges you can see that we have $4. So the $4 have been reduced from the actual or from the total altogether there. Now after selecting the number of loyalty points to apply, the cashier can place the order, and here as well you can see the loyalty points charged, that is minus $4, have been reduced. So we only just need to make the payment for $234.15. Now you can print the invoice, and within that as well you'll find the loyalty point charges. And apart from that, for example, if you are making a purchase for some amount, you'll get the what we say as the loyalty points as well. So let's tap here on the next order. Now to check the loyalty points, the cashier can navigate to the side panel here, and he can go to the loyalty history by tapping that up, and that would bring up the complete list of loyalty history here. So here you can see that we have made use of 2 transaction points, and that comes under the debit here. Now if I go back and if I purchase a few more products depending upon the rule that has been set up, and I select the customer here that's Veronica Costello. Right now you can see that the points are 21. I'll select that up. I'll go ahead, and right now I won't be applying any redeeming. I won't be redeeming any loyalty points, and we'll just be placing the order. Now depending upon the rule set, now the loyalty points would be assigned to this particular customer. So that can be checked again by going to this particular section and then going to the loyalty history. So now you can see that for the order number 54 we had debited 2 transaction points. Now for the order number 55 there has been a credit of 2 points there. Now if I go back to the home and add few products for this particular customer there, and if I tap here on the customer, you can see the loyalty points have risen from 21 to 24 now and are visible to the POS terminal agent as well. So this was the workflow at the POS terminal. Now let's hop on to the admin backend panel and let's see the initial configurations that are required for this particular plugin, and how the admin would be able to set up the redemption rules and the loyalty rules from the admin backend panel under the options of this particular plugin. So for that, let's hop on to the admin backend panel now. So right now I've logged into the admin backend panel. So after the installation of this particular add-on for the Magento 2.0 sale, that's the Magento 2.0 sale loyalty rules plugin, the admin will find the options for the POS loyalty rules under the POS here. So here we have the POS loyalty rules. Under that we have 3 different sections. One is the POS loyalty rule configuration, manage redemption rules, manage POS loyalty rules. So under the configuration we can enable or disable the functionality of this particular plugin, that's the POS loyalty rules plugin. We can enable or disable that for our store. So let me open that up. So here you can see that on the configuration page under the webtool block we have the POS loyalty rule, and from here you can enable the loyalty rule by choosing a yes option. Otherwise you can choose it as a no to disable the same. So that was about the POS loyalty rule configuration. Now before creating the POS loyalty rules you need to manage the redemption rules, so you need to create the redemption rules as well. So let's first go to the manage redemption rules section, and here we are on the manage redemption rules section. So here you can add a new redemption rule by tapping here on the add new redemption rule button that you can see, and that will bring up the section wherein you need to enter the redemption rule name. You can set the points range from and the points range to value, and according to the range here you can set the 1 reward point value. We had set it as 2 in the process that we just showed you at the storefront, wherein 1 reward point was equivalent to $2. So you can set that up according to your own requirement there, and then you need to enable it and tap on the save redemption rule button. So I've already created one redemption rule here. Let me show you how we can edit it. You can tap here on the edit link under the actions column. That will bring up the redemption rule. So here you can see that point range is from 1 to 100, and the 1 reward points value is equivalent to $2, and the status is enabled right now. So that's how you can create the redemption rules here. I've already created it for the points range from 1 to 100. You can now create it from 101 to any other point range there, and so on and so further. So if you're creating a redemption rule, the point range should be different. It should not be equivalent or similar to the one that you've already created, otherwise the point rule would not be created. So let's go back, and after creating you'll find the redemption rule here. From here you can basically delete the rule, disable the rule, or enable the rule as per your own requirement there. So that was about the manage redemption rules. Now coming to the manage POS loyalty rules, let's go to this particular section. So here you'll find the complete list of loyalty rules that you've already created. You can add new rules as well by tapping here on the add new rule button at the top right hand corner. Apart from that, for the created rules you can delete the rules and you can disable the rules as well. Here you'll find the rule name, its status, the start and the end date for the rule, the minimum purchase amount for which the points can be awarded. So here you can see that for the minimum purchase of $10, the points would be awarded to the customers. So you can add a rule, you can also edit the already created rules as well. So to add a new rule, you'll need to have to tap here on the add new rule button, and that would bring up the loyalty rule information section. So here we have around 4 different sections that needs to be configured for the loyalty rule information. The very first one is the loyalty rule information. Here you need to enter the rule name. You can choose to have the point calculation based on whether the purchase amount or the POS product categories. You can choose a start date and date for the loyalty rule there. You can choose the minimum points to redeem, the minimum points that can be used for the redemption there. You can choose the redemption type as partially redeem or fully redeem. It depends upon the requirement that you want to set up. And then you need to choose the status as enabled or disabled. Then coming to the redemption calculation, the redemption rules that you've created here under the manage redemption rules would be visible here, and you can choose any one of them that you want to apply to this particular loyalty rule information or the loyalty rule that you're going to create. Then you have the purchase amount information. So here you can set the minimum purchase amount, each purchase amount, the loyalty point type, whether the loyalty point should be a fixed or a percentage one, and the loyalty points can be entered, the number of loyalty points that you want to assign to a particular customer with a minimum purchase amount. And here you can also set the each purchase amount, and the loyalty points can be set according to that. Now the customer will be awarded by the loyalty points value for the purchase of every each purchase amount. So every each purchase amount that you have entered here, that would be used to provide the loyalty points that you have assigned here within this particular section. And lastly, we have the POS category. So here you can find all of the categories that are within your store there. You can enable the categories, and according to that you can also set the loyalty points for the purchase made through the products that are under those categories, and according to that you can set the loyalty points as well as per your own requirement there. And lastly, you'll have to tap here on the save button to save the configuration settings. So I've already created one loyalty rule here, so you can edit that up by tapping the edit link under the actions column, and that would bring up the same. So here you can see the rule name is there. Point calculation is based on the purchase amount, the start and the end date of the rule, the minimum points to redeem, the redeem type is partially redeemable, the status is enabled. Under the redemption calculation, I've chosen the redemption rule that I'd created. Under the purchase amount information, you can see the minimum purchase amount should be 10, the each purchase amount is 100, the loyalty point type is fixed, and the loyalty points assigned are 1. And under the POS category, here you can see that I've enabled all of the categories there, and I've set the loyalty points for each of the categories there as well. And lastly, you'll just have to tap here on the save rules button to save the particular rule that you have created. So that was much about the Magento 2.0 Sale Loyalty Rules plugin, and I hope it helped you out in understanding the flow of the same. If you still have any questions, queries, suggestions or requirements, then kindly do reach back to us at support@webcool.com. You can also raise a ticket at webcool.uvides.com. Apart from that, you can also reach out to us at www.webcool.com/contacts. And if you find this particular video helpful, then do kindly give it a thumbs up. And lastly, thanks for watching this particular video, and have a great day ahead.